I think you like pinks.
It's okay. Only place you can get a New York type hot dog, you know, really. You can in that little shack in the shape of, what is it called, a pup?
Yeah, tail of the pup.
Tail of the pup, yeah.
Yeah, see, I know all these places.
Say, you know, you like all the greasy joints in town, you know?
But what people don't know is that you've already had 2 of these things.
Yeah.
Watching your weight, eh, Tony?
Be right with you.
Okay, let me ask a question and take up some time. You've lived in Los Angeles for about 4 years now. There's a lot of competition between New York and L.A. Compare the 2 of them, because you've lived both places.
Well, it's hard to compare the 2 of them because they're very, very different. Kind of nice here because, as you can see, the sun usually shines, and if you're playing a picnic, you got a good shot at it. But New York is a different kind of state of mind than here. I don't know, for some reason this place it sort of lulls you into the sense of paradise when really you're not, so it's really kind of scary. That's all right though. I got a nice house. I'm in an ideal situation, so I like it, you know.
Do you get back to New York a lot?
Yeah.
Do you go back to the old places, or is it hard for you now that you're a celebrity to go back home?
No, it's great to go back home. I mean, that's the only thing that keeps you together is that you can go back home. Of course, you're always going to have the couple of people that are going to give you a hard time, but if you get past those people, then home is the place to be.
What about your old friends in the neighborhood?
I got most of them living in this neighborhood now.
Really?
Oh, sure.
But I would think your old friends would give you a hard time when you go back home.
No. If they're your friends, they're not going to give you a hard time. It's only people that ain't your friends that give you a hard time. Right, Huell?
And there are plenty of those around L.A., aren't there?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, they're all kind of nice people hanging around Pinks today.
Yeah, Pinks is okay. I like Pinks. See, they got a new picture of Pat Boone. You can't see it, but it's there.
We'll take a shot of that and throw it in.
Okay.
What do you do when you're not working and you're not playing? I know there are a lot of things that you're interested in helping young people.
Well, I'm trying to somehow pay back. I mean, I think that all this luck that I've gotten, all the success that I've gotten, I mean, a couple of years ago I was a brokester, and now you guys are interviewing me, you know, so I think that all this, there must be some kind of a payback, and I think the payback in my case is somehow helping kids, or helping with kids. I don't know. It seemed that if I would have had somebody like me to tell me all the mistakes I was going to make, even though they tried, maybe there's a different way of telling them that maybe that's what my specialty will be, helping kids. I think Sugar Ray Leonard's a great guy. He has like a foundation. He's really out there trying to do something. Not just take the money and put it in your pocket, go sit by your swimming pool. I think you got to do something. You got to care.
You get along well with kids?
Yeah, you see, kids, you can't baloney kids, as they say, because kids demand consistency, you know. They see right through you. You can't bullshit. You'll have to cut that out. You can't bull a kid because he knows what's wrong. I was an education major in college. And
you're a teacher. I didn't realize that.
Well, I had a little degree, and but I never did it because when I did it in student teaching, that semester of student teaching, I wasn't consistent. I didn't know if I wanted to be a kid or I wanted to be the student. Sometimes I'd be a kid, sometimes I'd be a student, and you can't do that. Got to be one way with them. But they're the greatest. They are really the greatest kids.
I wonder if you're still having a struggle between being a kid and between being a grown-up. Because sometimes...
That's an interesting point. I guess I am still having I guess I am going through that crisis, you know. But I think that if I stay this way, as long as I possibly can, it'll be better for me in the end. I'm holding out. I'm holding out. You know what I mean?
Talking about still being a kid, you've got a toy parked right over there on the side of the street.
Isn't it pretty?
Can we walk over there and take a look at it?
Sure.
I mean, I hate to pull you away from Pinks.
Sure, we can.
We can take our cream soda and our orange and go over there and take a look.
Okie doke.
Thank you very much.
All right.
This is beautiful.
A little dirty. It's a 57 Speedster, and I bought it as a wreck. And I hired a guy named Ed Mancini. I'm giving him a plug. Ed Mancini, best in the West. Great paint job. It's a pearlescent paint job, so it changes colors. You get a little blue in it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's another one of my toys.
Aren't you afraid to drive something around like that? I mean,
I think I got a better shot in this. I mean, unless somebody makes a real bad mistake where they're going to get me, I don't you know, I mean, I got a shot of maneuvering out of the way with this and stuff. And I think you got to be maneuverable on these roads. Thank you. Thank you, the guys, keeping me honest here. But it's true, you know. That's all.
How fast do you drive in that thing?
No, I'm very conservative driver. Don't ever say I'm very conservative.
Very slow.
No, but it's a fast. It's mostly a handling car. You know, it's quick, but it's mostly a handling car.
Would you drive a car like this on the streets of Brooklyn?
You couldn't. You see, because the potholes. you lose the car in a second. Really would. It would be impossible.
The people back home in Brooklyn are going to love to hear you say that.
Sure they are. They're hoping that they're gonna hear me say and do something about it.
I got you.
The streets are a mess.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a good-looking car, and we've had a good lunch today at Pink's.
Sure have.
I've enjoyed meeting you.
Still talk about the movie, you know.
Oh, we still got to talk about the movie, don't we? Okay, let's talk about the movie. We got.
Talk about this movie.
First
of all, let me say this.
We got 20 seconds.
Okay, Taxi's on 9:30 on Thursday nights. The name of the movie is it's a Paramount movie called Going Ape, and it stars myself, Danny DeVito, Jessica Walters, a girl named Stacy Nelkin, and 3 of the greatest orangutans you've ever seen. The movie's a lot of fun. It's real funny. And I hope you'll all come out and see it.
When does it come out?
It opens April 10th.
Now, is that everything you wanted to say about it?
It's called Going Ape.
Going
I'm
Ape.
glad we got it in because that's why I'm here.
I thought you came down to have something at Pink's.
Well, yeah, but since you guys came by, I figured I'd score.
I got you. I got you. Well, you did.
California Court of Appeal.